These streets are being patrolled by gangs. They're scum, just like you. And they're here to hunt you down and cut you up. I'll try to direct you as best I can, but other than that, you're on your own. It's up to you. Okay, are you ready? Camera, action.
Today, we are going to be talking about the controversial game by Rockstar Games called Manhunt. Manhunt is a stealth-based, urban horror-style game played from a third-person perspective. The game consists of 20 levels called scenes. Players survive the scenes by dispatching enemy gang members, occasionally with firearms, but primarily by stealthily executing them. At the end of each scene, players are graded based on their performance and awarded 1 to 5 stars. The purpose of this game is to hunt men, hence the name Manhunt. So it's pretty straightforward. Some little tasks or puzzles can make these objectives a little harder. But your objective of the game is clear, and progressively through the game, the bigger picture of your purpose gets painted in detail. The game mechanics are decent for the time this game was made. Manhunt provides great stealth mechanics and action sequences when you go in for the finishing kill, but lacks melee combat. The game's difficulty depends on how calculating and patient you are. The sloppier your strategy is, the more difficult the game becomes, as enemies start to surround you and become overwhelming to combat. On the topic of combat, Manhunt provides plenty of action. The action is very gory and some could say disturbing, as there are multiple violent ways to execute your enemies, and you view the animalistic death from a camera angle that could be considered psychopathic. There is some use of firearms, but it's the object weapons that give players the consistent shock value of violence locations that are given in Manhunt, provide a great atmosphere for horror and mystery.
The prison's modern facilities include spacious cells for the inmates. The exceptionally well-staffed hospital is equipped for emergencies, as well as routine health checks. Adjacent to row 1, the electric chair room is where death sentences are carried out.
Right here.
The unsettling areas do give the perception that you are unsafe and keep you immersed at all times. This is paired with the soundtracks that fit each location. For instance, in Mission Doing Time, you are in a prison location, and it's paired with an audio track that makes you feel like you're going insane and confined. The game length was long, but I found it reasonable, and wished it did not end at times. The cutscenes provide some depth to the storyline, but those filling storyline scenes aren't as often as I would like. But again, in a strange way, the storyline is easy to understand. Manhunt's unique storyline provides consistent interest. Perhaps the game allowed us to tap into our inner dark side. But with that being said, dialogue is very basic and limited. There was some character development that happened halfway through the game and the enemies that you faced, and some of the mini-bosses had a creative flair that brought a great sense of entertainment and kept the mood and theme intact. Overall, Manhunt provides an intriguing insight into a darker world, and still kept elements of survival, horror, comedy, and context-sensitive content tightly wrapped to give players a dynamic game for its time. So overall, I will give Manhunt 4 out of 5 stars.